All right. Hello, all of you out there in Frank the Hat Land. Anyways, I just wanted to do an update on the war on snow in 2026. Done the odd update here and there this year to the snow fighting arsenal. You can see that there's the previous crew. Previous crew are standing proudly. Of course, there's old Trusty there, and then little Snow Joe. These two have done a fantastic job over the last few years, and it's just been time, I think, to upgrade a little bit. So I'll show you some of the upgrades that have been added to the snow moving arsenal. So added to the lineup this year, as you can see, I decided to get myself a nice Ryobi 40 volt electric snowblower to join the team. And as you know, of course, we've always had the little Massey with the snowblower on the front as well to help do the heavy lifting. When it came to that. But this year in 2026, I decided to step up the game a little bit, not only in brute force, but also in comfort. So added to the snow blowing, snow moving arsenal is the Mahindra 2126 HST cab. Of course, it's got heat and air conditioning for the summertime. It's got a little wider snowblower as well to move some snow with, and it's a pretty comfortable ride. Anyway, just got this a few weeks ago, and now with the big snowfall that we just had, it's kind of nice to have that as an addition. Yeah, the little Massey was awesome. I'll tell you, it moved a lot of snow for me over the last, I would say, 10 years or so. But it was time to give my butt a nice comfortable ride in a cab where I didn't have snow blowing back in my face and all that wonderful stuff. So anyway, there might be some extra video from this unit over the next while to show you some of the details on that. So anyhow, let's put it into action, and we'll see what it looks like when it's actually in operation. Well, let's set her up inside. This way you'll have the driver's view of the action. Let's move some snow. Anyhow, you get to come along for a ride. My very first time using this machine, so let's see what we can get accomplished here. It's so quiet. I don't even know if you noticed the difference in sound there at all. I turned the blower on. Let's get a little more RPMs up. Let's get some snow. 1750 RPM, and it's throwing the snow pretty nice actually. Sitting in the cab, nice and warm. The snow's not blowing back and hitting me in the face. Anyway, it's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing. Stop talking, move some snow. Feature is you just tap that joystick forward all the way, it goes into float mode, and then just floats along with the driveway. The only thing that I have a bit of a issue with that sometimes is that if the snow's a little hard, the blower will actually ride up on top of the snow, and then it doesn't scrape very well. So then you have to take it out of the float mode and make sure that lift the wheels off a little bit so that you can dig into that snow a little bit. Being that it was open air, there was no cab, I had to always go back to the other side of the driveway and start over there because quite often the wind would be blowing the wrong way. This nice warm cab, enjoying myself, more efficient because I don't have to make as many passes like back and forth. So, more efficient. Oh, well, look at that. Seems I need to put it in four-wheel drive. It's digging in just a little bit more than what I expected to. I see. Alright, four-wheel looks like we had halfway, we had some piles building up on that one side. And the reason why, we broke a shear pin. I don't know what we hooked onto. See where that shear pin is supposed to be, right there. So, time to do the first repair. Didn't take long for that to happen. That's what's supposed to be in that hole, is a nice bolt there to keep that from spinning and freewheeling. Anyway. Time for repair job. Yeah, so that didn't take very long. That fixed up right away. Unfortunately, can't drive right in the garage because, you know, it's 2 inches too tall to go through the door. I knew that when I bought it. Okay, we're right back at her. I think maybe I might have picked up a little bit of gravel and somehow I got stuck in that between the main body of the blower and the auger, and then it just snapped that shear bolt off. Nothing to it. Let's see if we can do it again. Maybe I'll just lift that blower up just a wee bit to get a little less gravel. Trees don't really appreciate a bunch of stones being thrown at them. I see what the problem was. Do you see what the problem was? I see it right there. There's your problem. Just over the top edge of the blower there on the left hand side, you can see there's 2 boulders there. Obviously, is what snapped that shear pin. I thought I had moved all the boulders out of here many times already, but you know what? On the little Massey, I have snap shear pins left and right too. Eventually, I'll get the boulders out of the way and stop trying to throw them into the bush. We do that by hand now. Snowblowers do not like boulders. They're meant for blowing snow, not boulders. That's how it goes. You're out having fun. Frank the Hat and his friends. Oh, better start the PTO again. Alright. Rock it up a little bit. Still trying to get used to the fact that there's a cab on this tractor. Can't get quite as close to the trees as I used to be able to get. Since we've been doing this short little video, I folded my mirrors back twice already. Good grief. Oh well. Figured it out eventually. hire a better camera guy. We're looking backwards. Too funny. Way too funny. How did that even happen? First day operating a camera, I guess. Alright, let's get back to business. To go with the turf tires on this tractor because I never pull any implements to need agricultural or industrial tires. So on the grass in the yard more often than I'm doing any ground work with it. So turf tires are probably the good choice, and I'm certainly noticing right now because the last run along the side of those carrying for watching Frank the Hat and his friends. I'll get a new camera guy. We'll be all good. And anyway, please like the video, subscribe if you got any enjoyment whatsoever out of it, and look forward to seeing you again next time.